Hello, and welcome back to another Level 1 Text video. Now, for those of you who have been relentlessly messaging me on the forum and on Twitter and on our Twitch, this video will be very, very welcome. But this is the Minecraft judging video. For those of you who are looking for the Devember video for the programming side of this contest, that will be with Wendell and Ryan, probably going to be released around the same time as this. Of course, there will also be a forum thread with all of this listed as well. This is the second year we have done it. We do a Minecraft server every December, and we do a build contest every December, and it is open to the entire community, as long as you are on the forum. So last year we had an insane amount of participation, like absolutely insane. I think we had over 100 entries, though a lot of them were kind of unfinished. This year we had a little less, but I think much higher quality series of entries, which I was really, really excited to judge. We also had some help from some of our other forum members to put this server together this year. This year we had a Dynamap, so you could actually see how the server was laid out. They also built the spawn area for us. Thank you, FaZe Lock, Loop, and Sergeant Awesome Sauce. You guys helped make this possible, along, of course, with Linode, who helps do all of our Devember stuff and has sponsored the news for the entire year. As always, you guys make this very, very difficult to judge. I'm hoping you guys will be satisfied with my picks, but before we get to my top 5, let's have a nice series of B-roll of all of the other incredible builds that we had this year. One of the things that I really like about our community servers in particular that I haven't seen on a lot of other Minecraft servers is the amount of infrastructure projects. We had this happen last year and it has happened again. Even though we kind of had some rules about farming, you couldn't AFK farm stuff, people still, despite the more rare resources they still band together to build these incredible things. Of course, I mentioned some of our server admins who built up the spawn area and did a lot of work for us. But I mean, even just the users, they would build farms for each other, there were roads, railways, everyone really works together, which I think is something that's really special about what we do here. In our 5th place position for the 2021 Minecraft contest, I'm giving this one to Moose Air. I think that's how you pronounce it, it's got an E at the end. Moose Air. Wendell was actually the one who really wanted this one to win, and I was like, oh, I love it, but I've got some other really incredible ones, but this one is pretty dang cool. They seem to be like the subs from Hunt from Red October, and the thing that I think is special about this build is where they chose to build it. They built it in the Nether, which, if you know anything about Minecraft, there's been some recent updates to the Nether, so there's more atmospheric effects. So it feels very sort of smoky and like, you know, just sort of emerges out of the mist when you come up to this build. The other thing that's really incredible about these giant, structures is they actually function. There is a redstone missile that when you press it, it actually shoots. Pretty dang cool. Thank you very much for your build. Number 4 on the list is Sausage, not to be confused with our admin, just plain old Sausage. They did an incredible build that they titled Boiler Snake Mountain, which of course is all near and dear to all of our hearts here at Level 1 Techs. And what is incredible about this build is just the scale of it. The giant skull when you arrive that's dripping lava, incredible, but it doesn't just stop there. The inside is just fit for an evil king. There's a giant image of Skeletor, which I think might be bait for Ryan, but even as someone who's not as in love with Masters of the Universe as Ryan is, I thought that was pretty dang cool. There was also a post on the forum explaining how they made it. They also have a throne filled with cats, really neat. And the flooring in there, and I'm not sure if I got great B-roll of this, but the flooring, they did layered glass, and it gives it this really neat sort of foggy effect, which I thought was cool as well. Great work, Sausage. Good job. You'll hear from us soon for your prize. And speaking of scale, for number 3, we're going with angle. This build, even early on, when we first did our first fly through of the server, we usually do that a couple times during Devember on our Twitch channel. I knew this build was going to be really incredible, and I was like, this is going to be the one to beat. And while it didn't make the top spot, the scale of it alone, just absolutely incredible. This is a giant town that Angle has built. And not just the town, but also the walls. There's a ship. There's a graveyard with every time that Angle has died in the game. Absolutely staggering. And the materials used as well are not cheap materials. This was a lot of mining, a lot of farming to make this community, and it is really, really cool. Definitely worth taking a wander around and check out all the little shops and houses. Great work, Engel. Number 2 is someone who I think was a finalist last year, and we discussed whether or not that was okay, and I was like, I don't know, I think this build is really neat, just because of some of the detail work. And this year, number 2 goes to Techie Sattva, who once again wowed me with some mushroom builds, I guess. Last year they built a giant mushroom inside of the dark forest biome. This year they're using mushroom, but they're using it in a really unique way. Instead of doing the kind of more obvious fantasy theme, this was almost more like an Eastern temple theme. There was a small town at the base where all the people worked, all their villagers, because of course we have villager farms on these servers all over the place. And then there were little paths going up through the woods, and there were little tiny shrines that they had built, like little Buddha sort of statues throughout, which I thought was really neat. And then of course, once you get to the main structure, there is a very large shrine with a very large figurine inside of it. One of the things that took this build over the top for me too was actually the sound design, which is a strange thing to even notice in a build, but they used some of the new crystals from the latest version of Minecraft that we were on and hid them away in some of the bookshelves and stuff, so you could hear like the little tinkling. It sounded like chimes, like what you would hear in a temple. I thought that was really, really cool. Good job, Techie. We will send you your prize really, really soon. All right, for our number 1 slot, you guys make this really, really difficult to judge, but there has to be someone, and for me, this year, number 1, no doubt, was Sprouts. I don't even know how to describe their build. Sprouts built this sprawling, organic mass in the ocean, and I don't know how else to describe it. I've never seen a build like this before. I think, for me, the thing that makes it so interesting is that it is so organic. In Minecraft, it can be really tempting to build in blocks because you're working with blocks, but the way that they managed to integrate these things into making these spheres, really, really cool. And then when you go inside, it gets even better. Everything is covered in moss, which is a new block for this version of Minecraft. They're using things like glow lichen and glowberries, and it just feels like this lush, verdant, like trip through hell. I don't know, it's very trippy. And of course, they've got their villagers, they've got their farms. There's even a coral reef inside of this thing. It's really, really neat. As always, you know, you can visit all of these on the server. You gotta go check out this one. And you gotta go check out Techie's. You gotta go check out everyone's. All right, that is our top 5 for the year. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did. I always love going through your guys' builds. I usually build alongside you, though I normally play in creative mode when we're playing. We've been talking about what we're going to do for the 2022 Minecraft server. There has been some discussion about possibly doing a creative mode next year. We need to figure out some more parameters for that. If you are interested in that, or if you're interested in seeing some of our winter builds, go check out forum.level1text.com, make an account if you don't already have one. You should totally do it, because that's where I put my gardening stuff. That's where Wendell puts all his project stuff. Even Ryan, as much as he hates the forum, does occasionally pop in from time to time. Go check it all out. We'll be there. See you guys later. Thanks for participating. Bye!